Hi, shalom everyone. I thought I'd say a few words just reflecting on the last 12 days that, in Israel, being here, personally being an Anglo here in Israel, just everything that's taken place. Many people have been asking me personally, what's it been like over here? Many people that live in England, in Australia, South Africa, just personally, because I do a lot of work on social media. So I thought I'll just share over some words so that not just people here can get like some insights, obviously, and some comfort, but people outside of Israel, because not many people, especially in the media, you would see, is actually concentrating on what we are going through. Citizens, actually people living in Israel, especially Anglos that are living in Israel, what we've went through over the last 12 days, especially since October 2023, or what we've went through, especially many of us were here during 2014 when there was a 2-month conflict, let's just say, with Hamas, with all those sirens then. And in 2018 and 2021, not many people actually feel what the actual citizens themselves are going through here in Israel. So just a few words within regards to, obviously, it was last Thursday night where there was, we got, in the middle of the night, we got all those texts, all those warnings that something might be happening. And albeit there was no, I think, no rockets or missiles that were sent that specific night, it was stressful for not just all of us, also for all our family members. And everyone, we had to be prepared. And then on that Friday night, especially 2 weeks ago, it was absolutely something else. That Friday night was where we weren't using electricity, or we didn't have a telephone with me. It was my nephew's bar mitzvah, so we didn't know actually what was going on. We were in a family celebration, a small one, obviously, and we could hear the booms and the rockets. I was actually in the city of Elad that Shabbat, and we didn't know what was going on really till Motzei Shabbat. And obviously that Friday night, we were awake pretty much the whole night. And then on the Motzei Shabbat, on the Saturday night also, it was, I think, in the middle of the night. And then not just that, but, obviously, first of all, unfortunately, many dozens of people have lost their lives over here, which is absolutely devastating. And many, many people, unfortunately, got injured. It's been obviously reported over. And not just that, tens of thousands, from the sounds of it, might have had homes destroyed partially or totally. And imagine the devastation that also brings, and the stress. And not just that, even the people that didn't necessarily have anything destroyed, they went all the emotional they went through. Maybe they heard the bangs, they felt their buildings shake, even albeit they might have been okay. Imagine the stress and emotional side of things. It's not just cause for the people, also for the kids. Also, just speaking personally, we thank God have like a largish family. We've got many kids on the bar mitzvah. We've got a son that's just turned bar mitzvah, and every single night it's not just a siren that comes on where you've got a minute and a half to do something. Then there's also the warning. You get like this, if anyone's outside of Israel watching this, you actually get like a specific 10-minute warning, let's just say, before obviously the siren comes on. Especially if Iran has sent something, you get this warning on the text. And obviously half the time when you get this warning on the text, on the telephone, a siren might not come off anyway. But there's all of that, getting ready to get to the siren room, getting up in the middle of the night. Especially yesterday, it was 4 or 5 in the morning. Albeit we didn't get a siren in our area, it was still planning to get all the kids inside the room, to just make sure we make it in time before the siren comes off. And then many people can't get back to sleep. And imagine the kids also. There's thank God many of us might have children, and we don't know really what they're going through at the moment, because many of us, especially, come from England, from America. We did not go through life as in our childhood days, growing up with sirens and these attacks that could be take place. So imagine the emotional trauma it's causing so much of the younger kids at the moment. My children, like two of my boys, a lot of times since October the 7th, they have been sleeping in the safety room, or we've got a very small safety room, but they've stayed there the whole time because they know that there's that worry, and we can't really touch into what they're feeling. If someone's under 13 or under 10, what they're really going through, we can't emotionally, because many of us have not actually been through it ourselves. Obviously many people are in different areas, so it could be in the same in some of the cases over here, but but many of the people that are watching the scenes on the internet, especially all over, let's say, the political sphere, they don't actually connect with what Israelis go through. Like if you watch, let's say, for example, a debate, everyone's talking about what's going on in Gaza, for example, or what's going on in Israel, how they're doing. They're not giving in aid, but no one speaks about all the trauma that is caused by all the rockets that has been showered in Israel, what we are going through as citizens, all the worry, the stress. We've got to be in a shelter straight away. This has been going on now for nearly, obviously 18, 19, 20 months or something since October the 7th. And, no one ever mentions that. It's important that these things are highlighted, so that people outside of Israel, everyone in the media know that let's say the psychological trauma that people have to go through, knowing that, they don't have to run in for shelter any moment. You never know when it can get hit. And unfortunately, we saw over the last 12 days, the impact, the devastating impact it had on many people. By the way, it was a miracle unto itself that there was only these. Obviously, unfortunately, I think it reported over more than 30 people lost their lives, which obviously every person is absolute tragedy, but it could have been even hundreds of times worse. There was a lot of miracles that actually took place where people were evacuated from certain areas only a few days before in so many different scenarios, or different rooms or houses were locked, which ended up getting hit also. But that it's important that everyone, that God forbid if we did suffer things, we say over to the people, to the media, make sure everyone knows out there what we went through. And it's important that people outside of Israel, they can actually feel with what, as citizens, what we went through. And this is not what any of us wanted, to, God forbid, we all want peace in the world and everything else. We don't want like an enemy country agitating us or wanting bad for us whatsoever. We did not start, obviously, any of this stuff, but we just hope and pray there'll be good times and safety for all of humanity, hopefully safety for all of Am Yisrael, everyone over here, safety for all our family members, and we'll just see blessings just for all of Am Yisrael and for all of the world. But just a few intakes, but because it's just been like a roller coaster, 12 days. For me personally, just worrying about the kids, getting up in the middle of the night, you can't get back to sleep when the siren comes on. And it can destroy literally not just that, the rest of the day. People have issues getting out, and then there's a worry. What can happen next? What can happen in the next minute or 2 minutes? If you need to get some fresh air out, it's like, it's kind of strange. It takes us back to the coronavirus period. This does, in a way, where many of us have to be right next to shelter, but it's even much worse than that in many different cases, because over here that there could be potentially a devastating physical effect over here. But that Friday night when I was in Elad, and the Saturday night, Motzei Shabbat, I never heard any booms like that in my life. And albeit nothing happened directly in that couple of square miles away, kilometers away, could still feel like the shaking of things. It's not just that, just to add on another thing, that over the last especially 20 months, that you can hear if Israel is, if we're like attacking the other side, you can feel like the booms and the shakings from that. So it's just the whole time there's this psychological difficulty for many people that are living here, where they go through. I think it was on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. I remember I got up very early to pray in the morning inside the synagogue, and I think at 4 in the morning you just hear booms, albeit it wasn't sirens, but that you don't know what it might necessarily be the next moment. But obviously I thought I'd just share a few words with regards to it. It's important we speak out, we speak to other people, make sure people outside of Israel know what we're all going through, because this has been for many people all over the country. It's affected people severely. This has whether it's destroyed houses, unfortunately family members got badly injured or lost their lives, and just the whole worry and the psychological aspect to it. It's important we speak about it and make sure everyone else know about it. And one thing that gets me in, like when watching the media and all the different interviews on, no one ever talks about the rockets or the missiles that is coming on Israel. It's as if it doesn't exist, as if it's totally been cancelled. So it's important that people know that no other country in the world no country will tolerate the tens of thousands of rockets that have come to Israel, especially since October the 7th. But I hope we're all well. Hopefully everyone that did get injured make a recovery. Hopefully everyone can recover their house as quickly and have a safety dwelling house back, hopefully ASAP, and hopefully we'll just see good things all over Israel and all over the world, and Be'ez Hashem, just good times. So wish you all well, and take care everyone. Let's hope there'll be safe times.